Are you looking for more power from your motorcycle without expensive upgrades or complicated engine mods? What if I told you that a few simple tweaks to one part of your engine could dramatically improve throttle response, fuel efficiency, and overall performance? Today, I'm revealing the secret to boosting motorcycle performance with simple valve maintenance tips that every rider should know, but most riders ignore. Let's dive in. Many riders think that power comes from adding aftermarket exhausts, high-flow air filters, or big-bore engine kits. In reality, a large part of the engine's potential is already built in. The problem is that improper valve operation or neglect can block this potential. Valves are one of the most important components for engine performance. They control the breathing of your engine, and even small mistakes in clearance, sealing, or timing can cause significant loss of power. In this video, we will go into 8 details about how valves work, why clearance matters, what carbon buildup does, how valve seals and springs affect performance, and how a professional valve job can restore or even improve engine efficiency. Number 1. How valves work. Valves are essentially the doors of the engine. They control the intake of the air-fuel mixture and the release of exhaust gases. The intake valve opens to allow the air-fuel mixture into the combustion chamber and closes to allow the mixture to compress. The exhaust valve opens to release burned gases after combustion. Each valve must open and close at precisely the right time and with the correct clearance. If valves do not seal completely, compression is lost, which directly reduces engine power. Fuel efficiency suffers because the mixture does not burn completely. The engine also runs hotter because energy is wasted escaping through the exhaust. Valves also directly affect throttle response. A properly functioning valve allows smooth acceleration and consistent power delivery. Every engine relies on valves to control how the engine breathes and performs. Number 2. Valve clearance. Valve clearance is the small gap between the valve stem and the rocker arm or cam, depending on the engine design. This tiny gap allows the valve to expand when the engine heats up without staying open. If the clearance is too tight, the valves do not fully close. Compression leaks into the exhaust port, reducing power. Tight clearance can also cause the valve face to overheat, which may damage the valve and seat. If the clearance is too loose, the valves do not lift fully. This reduces airflow into and out of the combustion chamber and lowers engine performance, especially at higher RPM. Excessive clearance also causes ticking noises and accelerates wear on the cam and rocker arms. Adjusting valve clearance to the exact manufacturer specification restores compression, improves throttle response, reduces fuel consumption, and lowers engine temperature. Checking valve clearance is simple for many engines using a feeler gauge. It should be done regularly according to manufacturer guidelines, usually between 5,000 and 15,000 kilometers. Number 3. Carbon buildup. Carbon deposits form naturally on valves over time due to incomplete combustion, frequent short trips, rich fuel mixtures, weak spark timing, and poor fuel quality. Carbon buildup restricts the intake and exhaust ports and reduces airflow. This makes the engine work harder to pull air and push exhaust, causing rough idle, hesitation, slow throttle response, knocking, pre-ignition, and reduced overall performance. In extreme cases, carbon deposits can prevent valves from fully closing, which reduces compression and power. Cleaning the intake valves with sprays or performing a professional decarbonization removes these deposits and restores proper airflow and combustion efficiency. Regular cleaning prevents performance loss and ensures the engine continues to run smoothly. Number 4. Valve seals. Valve stem seals are critical components that prevent oil from leaking past the valve stem into the combustion chamber. Worn or damaged seals allow oil to burn during combustion, causing blue smoke on startup. Increased oil consumption, fouled spark plugs, reduced power, and poor fuel efficiency. Valve seals are often ignored, but they play a very important role in engine performance. Replacing worn seals restores clean combustion, improves fuel efficiency, and stabilizes power delivery. This is especially important for older engines where oil consumption and smoke are common issues. Number 5. Valve springs. Valve springs hold the valves closed against cylinder head pressure and ensure that valves follow the camshaft profile correctly. Weak or worn springs can cause valve float at high RPM. Valve float occurs when a valve does not close in time with the piston, which can cause serious engine damage, including piston-to-valve contact. Valve float reduces top-end power and makes acceleration inconsistent. Replacing weak or fatigued springs restores high RPM performance, smooth acceleration, and extends engine life. Proper spring tension is critical for maintaining correct valve timing and efficient airflow. Number 6. Professional valve job. For older or high-mileage engines, a professional valve job can restore lost performance. A valve job involves regrinding the valve seats and faces and ensuring proper sealing and alignment. This fixes leakage, restores compression, and improves overall engine efficiency. The result is sharper throttle response, more power, better fuel efficiency, and longer engine life. A professional valve job is often more cost-effective than aftermarket performance parts because it restores the engine to factory specifications or even slightly better in some cases. Engines that have been neglected or heavily used benefit the most from this type of service. Number 7. Signs your valves need attention. There are several clear signs that valves may need maintenance. Hard starting, rough idle, loss of power, backfiring, increased fuel consumption, ticking noises from the cylinder head, unusual engine noise, hesitation at high RPM, poor acceleration, or black smoke from the exhaust are all indicators of valve issues. Regular inspection and maintenance prevent further damage and restore engine performance. Ignoring these signs can lead to more expensive repairs and reduce engine lifespan. Number 8. Step-by-step maintenance tips. First, check valve clearance using a feeler gauge and adjust according to manufacturer specification. Clean valves to remove any carbon deposits. Use high-quality fuel and engine oil to reduce carbon formation. Inspect valve seals and replace if necessary. Check valve springs for tension and replace if weak or damaged. Consider a professional valve job if the engine has high mileage or shows multiple valve-related issues. Regular maintenance will prevent loss of compression, restore power, improve fuel efficiency, and extend engine life. Engine performance is not always about installing new parts. Sometimes fixing and maintaining what is already inside the engine delivers the biggest gains. Valves control engine breathing. Better breathing means more power, improved fuel efficiency, lower engine temperature, and longer engine life. Start with valve maintenance before spending money on aftermarket upgrades. Regular inspection, cleaning, adjustment, and occasional professional valve jobs will keep your engine performing at its peak.